Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to From Fat to Fitness. My name is Matt. While you see me warming up here in the background, I wanted to take this opportunity to introduce myself and the purpose of this channel. For as long as I can remember, I've struggled with weight and the motivation to lose it and keep it off. I am currently up to 385 pounds, which is the heaviest I've ever been. When me and my wife got married, we were both pretty heavy then as well. We both lost a lot of weight. I lost over 150 pounds then and received a lot of questions then about how we did it and what we did to get there. Also, I hear all the time, I don't have the room, the money, or the time to do that. So this is what my channel will be about, showing others that they can do it. They do have the time. And regardless of your physical health, you can do some version of these workouts and still see results. So let's get started. Today we'll be doing chest and tris workout with a HIIT component and a core component at the end. My goal is to kind of talk you through some of the workouts, things that I've done, things that I do wrong at times, and things that will help you to maximize these workouts. So we're going to start off with your regular chest press here. As you can see, I'm using probably about 35 pounds here, but you don't need to use that heavy of a weight. If you are a beginner, just using the air, using your own body movements, your arms weigh something, so just remember that. If you want to add weights, but the key is to keep the weights in front of your chest, in front of your eyes as you bring them up and bring them down. Bring them up and down real slow, that way you maximize those results. The next exercise that you will see here is called skull crusher. Now with skull crushers you can use 2 dumbbells, or as you can see I'm using 1. The object of this is to keep your elbows as close as possible together as you lift them up and down, only bending at the elbow to really maximize that tricep muscle. After the end of this, that will end your first interval. Remember, we do 3 sets of each interval. So the next exercise we're going to go into here is your chest flies. This is one of my favorite exercises to really stretch that chest muscle out. So again, you're keeping your weights above you at eye level, right at your chest, right over your chest, and down and up, and squeezing that chest at the top, really maximizing those chest muscles, really feeling that exercise. While I'm finishing up these chest flies, I do want to make mention that with each interval you're going to do 3 sets. So we're going to end up doing 3 sets of these chest flies. The next move we're going to do are tricep presses. So the goal of this is to keep your elbows as tight as you can to your chest, to your side, when you lift up, to really work that tricep muscle so that it's not in your biceps or your shoulders, but that tricep really working, lengthening it. While I finish up the tricep presses here, I do want to make mention that form, not weight, will yield more results. So if your form is right, then you will be doing so good. Alright, this is our last weight interval here. We're going to go into chest press rotation. So as you are pressing up with the weights, you're going to rotate your wrists, your whole arms in to where your knuckles really are going to be touching if you didn't have weights there. So again, it doesn't have to be the heaviest weight. It can be a soup can, whatever you have available that you can work with. Use it, because that is going to build muscle. So the next exercise here we have coming up is tricep push-ups. Now as you see, I am modifying them. At 385 pounds, I am not able to do a full tricep push-up on my toes. Key here, keep your back flat. Keep your arms little wider than shoulder length, and try to keep your elbows pushed back. Again, as you see, my chest is kind of in my way a little bit, and I have a hard time keeping my triceps to push straight back. So it is a workout still though. Even being on your knees doing the modified version, it's still working. You are still moving. Keep going. You can do this. Alright, as we finish up this last set, this interval, we're going to get into HIIT. So remember, each interval is 3 sets apiece. Same thing with HIIT. HIIT we're going to do in a 60, 45, 30 regimen, to where right now, as you see, I'm doing what they call soccer runs. Try to keep that soccer ball in between your feet. I do a lot of low impact movement to protect my knees, as I am, like I said, I am heavier. So if you need to do that low impact movement, use that modification. If you want to go faster, run, whatever your physical well-being will let you do it. If you can go faster than me, go faster than me. If you gotta go slower than me, go slower than me. But whatever you do, gotta keep moving. That's the whole point of this exercise, is just to keep you moving. And just like the lifting video with HIIT, we're gonna do 3 sets. So each interval, 3 sets. When we get to core, 3 sets of each interval. Alright, getting ready to go into the next move. So the next move down on the ground, call those mountain climbers. So hands underneath your shoulders, on your toes, and you want to bring your knees up to your elbows. Again, being bigger, that's sometimes hard to do. If you can't get your back flat, and as you can see, my butt is kind of in the air, but it needs to be a little bit flatter. If you can't get your back flat to get your knees up, it's okay to go into a plank position or a low plank position, or even like I do here, kind of kneel down and bring those knees to your elbows. This is hard work. It's not going to be easy regardless if you're modifying or not, but know that you can do it. I believe in you. So as you catch your breath from those 45 minutes of mountain climbing, the next exercise we're going to go into is body weight squats. No matter how much you weigh, doing a squat is great for you because you're using your body to do the squats. You want to keep your chest up and lifted. You want to squat with your butt back and your knees behind your toes to make sure that you don't damage your knees. If you find yourself going over your toes, make sure that you don't squat as deep until you get that range of motion. Alright, dry yourself off a little bit as we get ready to go into core. So what we're doing here, knees bent and reaching up for that rope. Reaching up for that imaginary rope. Just keeping your shoulders off the floor as you reach. And try to keep your knees together. As you see, I kind of crossed my feet to kind of keep my knees together a little bit. Whatever you have to do, try to keep your knees together, keep your legs up, keep that core tight as you're reaching up for that rope. The next exercise that we're going to get into is windshield wiper. So you can do this with a straight leg, or you can do this with your knees bent. I cannot do this with my knees. Without my knees being bent, I can't do it with my legs straight. So what we're going to do is put our knees up. You're going to anchor yourself on the floor with your hands straight out from you, straight up from your shoulders. And what you're going to do is go side to side and try to keep your shoulders on the ground and use those obliques to really pull yourself side to side. Try to only go about 45 degrees. Whatever you can do here is going to be beneficial. If you can't go the full way, don't go the full way. Get better each time. Get better each week. Now, once you finish this up, and you finish at that last rep, all you got left to do is stretch it out. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe. Click that bell for notifications.